Hey guys, Amy here with Hellbound Company, and in this quick video tutorial I'm just showing you how to use, edit, and modify our new candy cane advent calendar mock-up. Now this is for Photoshop. You cannot use Photoshop elements with this because of the fact that it has multiple smart objects, and last I checked, smart objects cannot be modified in Photoshop elements. So you must have the full version of Photoshop, which you can get off of Adobe's website. So here is the mock-up, and as you can see over here, I give you two backgrounds. I give you a farmhouse background and a Christmas background. Now again, this mock-up is made specifically for our candy cane advent calendars, which you can purchase off our website. So by clicking on the eye, if you're new to Photoshop, you have over here layers. If you can't see these layers to the right bottom, then you need to go up here to Window at the very top of your toolbar and click on Layers. Now as you can see, I just turned it off, but I'm going to go back and turn it back on. So you need to have these layers open over here so that you can see them. And you're going to have 4 layers to begin with. So you've got the rope layer, which you can turn off. You've got the actual template, which is the candy cane advent calendar, and then you've got the backgrounds. So you can choose which background you want to save and print as. Okay, so we're going to double click here where it says double click to edit. This is the smart object, and as you can see how I held my little cursor right over the little looking paper thing, which is the smart object thumbnail, and it comes up smart object thumbnail. That's exactly where you want to double click. So double click there, and then it brings up the smart object of the candy cane advent calendar. Whew, that's a tongue twister. Okay, so here we've got multiple layers as well. So you've got your last name, your regular name. These are all customizable. You can turn them on, off, or you can change the colors. So for the last name, I have FX effects applied to all of them. You can turn these effects off, or you can edit them and add more, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to turn these all on, but if you wanted to say change the color, you could just click on FX down here and do color overlay, and it's choosing red, but we don't want red, let's say green. All right, now that does take away my wood effect, which is I'll show you that. So if you change the color, then you're no longer getting the blend mode of the wood effect. So what you'd want to do is, I'm going to undo that. See the wood effect? So if you want to just change the color, you could just actually click on your text icon and bring that up, which is your character right here, and we can change the color here. And as you can see, it gives you still your blending wood effect. Okay, so where I applied that, and this is not a whole tutorial on Photoshop, is right here by the color burn. Okay, so you can do that for both of these texts. Turn that off, and as you scroll down, make this up a little. As you scroll down, you can see there's candy canes. All right, so you can turn those candy canes on and off if you want to as well. You can edit the numbers by double clicking on the smart object. Now there's a lot of numbers here, guys, so if you want to change the font, you're gonna have to change each one individually. So that's the only downfall. Okay, but I gave you a basic font which I thought would look nice. It's the Times New Roman. But you can edit this if you want to. Strictly up to you. You can turn those off if you wanted to. Turn the numbers completely off. So there you go. Now, as you can see, the numbers, the smart object numbers also have color and effects applied to them. So you can change these effects too. So I have a color overlay. Right now it's red, but if we wanted to change it to blue, you can. Now remember, you're trying to get this to match, this mock-up to match your template that you're going to actually be printing and pressing for the customer as much as possible. So you want to try to get it as close. I mean, and I'm talking, you want it to be very close to your original template, okay? All right, so, excuse me. So the last thing is to actually modify the template. So if you come down here where it says double click and edit on design, which is the last layer, double click on that. And as you can see, I already have 2 backgrounds in here for you. Again, you can turn the eyes on and off for that. If you wanted to add your own, and you can keep adding them and adding them, so you have bunches that you can just go in and turn on and off. What you want to do is you want to go File, Place Embed, and choose an image. Now keep in mind that the image may not fit perfectly once you apply it. So again, you're going to have some Photoshop skills here. Now, the easiest way to get it to modify is just by stretching it out, okay? And as you can see, that looks a little distorted, so I'm just going to come down and go like that. So that would be one of the easiest ways to modify this image, all right? And then we're going to want to mask it. So for your Windows computer, you're going to hit Alt while clicking between this layer, the new layer, and the bottom layer, which is going to be the Christmas background, and just click there and that masks it for you. So now you have another new image. And if we go to, if we're going to close this, save, you want to save your changes. I'm going to save again on this smart object. It's blue, I don't really want blue. And there you can see that we've totally changed everything, okay? So that's how easy it is to modify. Like even if you wanted to change like this, move the words around, you could do that. We have these colors. We want to make them back to red because I don't like that, okay? You can add other text in here, so you can do whatever you want. What I recommend though is you pretty much trying to design your template off of the blank template that we gave you, and then maybe importing it in and doing your modifications that way. It's as close as possible as you can. So you're like, well, Amy, how do you do that? So if I were to open the blank template, which would be, let's see, right here, and as you can see, it has all my numbers. These are the blank Photoshop templates, so if I click hide that, and let's put an image over there, let's say place embed, and I'm going to put this image because I do want to print this one. And as you can see, we might need to modify it, but I'm just going to move it up. I may need to drag it down above that safe, and then I'm going to click the Alt key, and I'm going to mask it to the bleed layer. So there you go. Now you make all your settings in here. And if I were to do save as, I'm just going to call that test so I know I don't get it mixed up. Now I can go back to here and double click to edit this again. And we can go in here and go File, Place, Embed. And we can do that test wherever it is. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, as you can see, it doesn't fit right. So we got to stretch this out. That's okay. We can do that. Stretch it out a little bit and make it fit as best as possible. Click on your Alt key and mask it, and there you go. So that's at least keeping your mock-up very close and similar to your original design. So just stretch it out so it fits just a little bit more. There we go. And that is how easy it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to us. Again, the disclaimer is we cannot do any kind of training on this. You need to have the basic Photoshop knowledge, okay? All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.